How do you feel about grown men using the B word?
Um, like provide more context. Like, are they using that only towards other women?
Nah, I mean like just using it in general, like no matter who it's to, but just that word being in their vocabulary. Like when you hear someone say the B word, a grown man, how does that make you feel?
Um, I don't know, cause I think my only stipulation is that them using it towards women.
That's the only issue you got with it?
Yeah, honestly, because I think it's one of those things where, like, words have been reclaimed by oppressed groups or just reclaimed, period. You know, it's the same thing with the N word to me. It's like, there's a lot of black people that be like, no, don't say the word. But then it's like, we say it to each other, it's in our music. It's very contradictive and like hypocritical in a way. So it's just like, if dudes want to use the word, you know, that's their prerogative. Just don't be using it towards women.
Hmm.
I don't know. What about you?
I feel like, I guess in general, just certain language for grown men, like I feel like you should just grow out of. Like I still have an issue with saying niggas. Oops. Like I still say that, and I guess because it's how I grew up. Like we were saying it all the time.
Yeah.
Like I've grown out of other language, like curse words, cuss words, profanity. Like I don't use it for real anymore. But I don't know. I just feel like, and I'm not just trying to separate men from women like that, but I just feel like as a man, we should be able to communicate without using sentence enhancers. Ain't that what they called
Patrick
it?
said, yeah.
That's what it was called?
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, they're sentence enhancers.
Yeah, sentence enhancers. Like, I feel like it just shows that we are immature in our speech. I can only speak for men because, like, mostly men, like, we're not as emotional as women are. So I feel like we should be able to control our emotions a little more.
I don't know.
Should be, but
I think men are just as emotional. Y'all just show it differently.
I feel like we don't show it as outwardly as women do. But it's like when a man does show it outwardly, I feel like that's why some people may say he's a B word. Because he's showing his emotions, you know, in a certain way. I don't know, but when a grown man uses a B word, it kind of makes me cringe. It's like, why are you using that word?
I mean, I will agree with like the notion of cussing and like it, like when people use too many explicatives, it's kind of like
Yeah.
a show of their lack of vocabulary or whatever. But then it's like sometimes you need one of those in the sentences. And I might be biased because like I like cussing. Like the cuss words just add that extra oomph to the sentences that I thoroughly enjoy. Um, but like, you know, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Now as far as like men saying the word, I don't know. I think men need to do better at policing other men. Because I think they do a great job of policing women and their bodies and their mindsets and this, that, and the third. But like when it comes to setting some sort of standard for themselves that they abide by, you know, I think that needs to be done better. Because then it always is like, oh, well, that's different. Oh, well, men are like this and women are like that. And I no longer believe in this whole, you know, women are more emotional than men are. Because I I would beg to differ. It's grown men out here literally throwing temper tantrums.
That's true
You
though.
know what I'm saying? Like, and the only reason why women are as emotional as they are is because we function on a 28-day cycle. And out of 28 days, there's only 3 to 5 days of actual clarity. Everything else is the body preparing to menstruate or to bring life.
Right, which is why I feel like it's okay most times for.
I'm not going to say that it's okay. I'm just saying that, like,
So you think y'all
women
can
have a
control?
reason.
But I'm saying, do you think y'all can control that menstrual cycle to not make you feel the way you feel?
Yes.
You
Because,
think y'all can?
yes.
So do you mean to tell me it's purposely when you are, going through your menstrual cycle and you feel a certain way and you still, act out or say things you don't mean? You mean to tell
Yes.
me y'all can control that?
Yes, there's a level of emotional and mental maturity that people need to have. And
So
unfortunately,
it's an excuse. So y'all use it as an excuse.
Yes.
And you're a woman and you're saying that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I
You
use
might
it.
get canceled.
Hey, cancel me then. Because it's the truth, though. Like, I use it as an excuse quite often because, honestly, it's a valid excuse. Because at the end of the day, there is a lot of chemistry
Wow.
that's involved into it. So, which is what I was trying to get at with emotional maturity, because it's one thing to just be kirking out and spazzing on people and be ignorant of where this emotion is coming from. But it's another to be like, man, I'm in this phase of my cycle right now and everything is really irritating me. And then taking the time to internalize that frustration, and you have a choice. Either you're going to act out the emotion or you're not. And sometimes it's just like, man, F it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, but other times it should be like, I'm only feeling this because of how my body is right now. It doesn't warrant this actual response. You know what I'm saying? Emotional maturity. Like,
Emotional intelligence, emotional maturity.
yeah.
So that's funny because I'm about to read a scripture and I didn't think this applied to women who
Okay.
are PMSing.
Okay.
It says, this is Colossians 3, verse 7 and 8. It says, you used to do these things when your life was still part of this world, but now is the time to get rid of anger, rage, malice behavior, slander, and dirty language. So I know I said that scripture I didn't think it applied to women who are PMSing, but now it's got me thinking about this, like how people can say they're a Christian and they still participate in this. Or, so I guess like, is there like a line with that? It's just like you baby Christian, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's some big Christians still doing this. Slander, malice behavior, rage, anger, dirty language. So is there like a line, or is this like...
What do you mean by a line?
So these things, do you think that shows that we're still in the world? Or do you think that shows we just need some more maturing?
I think it just shows that we need some more maturity. Like, I don't necessarily think a cussing Christian is worldly or secular or anything like that, or any of what was listed in that scripture.
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, we are human. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes in Christianity, there's not room for that. There's no space for
To be
humanity.
human.
Yeah, like, it's like, you need to be holy and set apart. And it's just like, yo, I'm not Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can WWJD life all day long, but at the end of the day, like, he is the chosen holy one for a reason. And we need him and salvation and sanctification for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
just like,
Would you say, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
So would you say the root is we need more self-control? Or is the root, would you say that that's the root, self-control? As to why we can't abide by these things?
I would say that's part of the root. If anything, I look at things like branches almost. And I think the main thing is we lack self-accountability.
Accountability.
Because I think when you take accountability for your emotional responses or just for however you maneuver through life, that's where self-control then becomes something that you seek. Because it's like, oh, I know in these specific situations, I'm likely to act like XYZ. So then you take the necessary steps to control that. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
in therapy or whatever, it says like, what is it? The rehab people, they be like, acceptance is the first step.
True. But my question is, I like how you said self-accountability. But I feel like no one can hold you accountable for not holding yourself accountable if you're only dependent on self-accountability. I said that word a lot of times. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
who knows that you're not holding yourself accountable? Like, who knows you're really not supposed to be doing certain things you told yourself you wouldn't do? So is it really self-accountability or just accountability across the board? Like, we don't have accountability in our lives as believers anymore, because it's like,
Yeah, that's it.
why do certain pastors do crazy stuff? It's like, bro, you didn't have no accountability to check you when you was doing little crazy stuff.
Right.
Now we're here.
Right.
You think because they were being self-accountable rather than letting someone hold them accountable?
So definitely, I think the overarching thing is accountability. But in that aspect, I think there's a level of self-righteousness
Uh-oh.
that,
True.
and not necessarily just pastors, but I think a lot of people that, deem themselves to be Christian, I think, it's like, oh, I'm covered by the blood. So it's just like, I get to do whatever, you know what I'm saying? But not even that. I just think there's a level of self-righteousness that like allows people to act the way that they act sometimes, if that makes sense. And and normally it's not until like it's brought to the light, you know what I'm saying, that they decide to change their ways. Now it's an apology statement that they put now, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. And the only reason I mention pastors is because it's always blown up when they do something crazy. Like, you don't know if Jim down the street did something crazy because he's not famous.
Right.
And he doesn't have a lot of eyes on him. He doesn't get judged as harshly. So that's why I mentioned them. I'm about to say something, and hopefully you don't feel crazy about it, but it's just a statement that women should know their place. Not should, women need to know their place.
Tell me what the place of a woman is.
First of all, let me finish it, because there's more.
Okay.
Women need to know their place, and so do men. I think I said that to you before.
But please tell me what the place of a woman is. What is that?
Wow. But am I qualified to say what the place of a woman is if I'm not a woman? You know?
Okay, you got me there.
I don't think I am. That's what I'm saying. I can't necessarily tell you the place of a woman. And we could talk about it in a relationship or just in society, but what do you think the place of a woman is from a woman's perspective?
Dang, this is gonna sound super like egotistical and like, but just so when we get into the word helpmate, and we've chatted about this before, like the Hebrew word of helpmate in Genesis is azer. And mind you, that word azer in scripture is always in relation to God in some sort of way. And so like, when we bring it into the scope of Genesis or just a woman's place, like, an azer literally has all of God's essence within them, and God gave that to the man. It's like, I know the saying goes like, 1 for God loved the world so much that he gave his only son, I would like to extend that out and say that God loved man so much that he gave himself to him. Because that's what the woman is in her creation. So when I take that into account, I would say like a woman's place is not what the world has made it to be as far as this subservient, docile, helpless, defenseless creature. Because it's actually the quite opposite. Like, I think a woman's place is, equal to the man. Now, granted, I know all of that kind of goes by the wayside once the fall happens and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But originally, like, if I go by the original intent, the original purpose of woman, it is to reign and have authority and dominion over the land, over the world.
With the man too?
Yes.
Like, so you're saying, so that's human.
Like it's a yeah, like
human thing, got you.
It's a partnership. It's an equal partnership. Like, and so like I think a woman's place really is wherever she sees herself at. So if she sees herself being a stay-at-home mom, okay. If she sees herself being a business mogul, okay. If she sees herself being anything, cool beans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that explanation. Because where I thought you was going was like, woman is God.
Oh, no. No.
I was like, oh, brother, here we go.
No. Not taking it that far.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like he looked down at Adam and said, it's not good for man to be alone. And then created for him something that had the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. Like, if we can really get into it, wisdom is giving feminine pronouns. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, a woman is supposed to guide and lead and all this other stuff in her own ability, not the same way a man is to.
Correct. Yeah, I feel like men are nurturers and women are nourishers. But I also think those roles could be reversed too. Because God has given us so many, I'm not even going to say gifts.
Like attributes, abilities. Yeah.
Yeah, abilities, and we can play any role we need to at any time.
So then, what do you think the place of a man is?
I think the place of a man, from a man's perspective, is, I feel like men are supposed to be, this might sound crazy, but I think men are supposed to be gentle. Like, their place should be gentleness. Because it's almost like Jesus, right? So Jesus, being who he is, God in the flesh, all that power he had, he was still very gentle when he was here on earth.
True.
He wasn't out here like he could have punched people into eternity, like if he wanted to. Like if he didn't like what a Pharisee said,
he could have.
Pretty sure he had the power to punch them into eternity.
Like a one punch
eternal
man.
Damnation, though.
Yeah.
But like he was still gentle with people, even how he talked to people. So I feel like as men, like that, Jesus should be our motto. So we should lead with gentleness, but also like confidence in a way. Because I've, over my lifetime, the most men that have had influence on me, they've been very gentle, but I know they won't like scared or fearful. They still had confidence in them. Mm. But they were gentle, like they made me feel welcome, like I mattered, really safe. So I feel like the place of a man is safety for anyone that's around him. But I think culture has twisted that and made men more defensive. So they lead with, harshness and what's the opposite of gentle?
Rough?
Yes, they lead with roughness and not gentleness. But it's like now, if you gentle, it's like, bro, you're gay.
No.
Off rip. Like, bro, I can't be gentle. I can't be a gentle man.
Or like soft or
like
weak
soft.
or
Like you can see if I'm soft if you want to, but I'm just saying like
soft.
I'm leading with the gentleness. Like that's just what it is. So I feel like place of a man is safety, like 100%. That should be the first thing, I feel like. But, that's counterculture.
For sure.
That's not alpha male. Alpha male come in, pick you up and slam you and be like, hey, how you doing? I just wanted to say hey.
Really, really.
Like, bro, you ain't have to do all that. You ain't have to puff up your chest. I respected you before you came in.
Right.
Dang, calm down. It's like when you fighting for respect as a man, you become less respectable. Real talk.
Why do you think men hunger for respect so much? And then why do you think they have trouble with giving it to women?
So, wait, what's the first question?
Why do men hunger for respect so much?
I would say because we feel like it's owed to us.
Why?
I feel like it's the testosterone in us. Like, for real, like, by nature, we crave respect from people. Like, by nature, I don't even think there's a solidified answer for that. It's just by nature, we crave and want and desire and feel like we deserve respect. So we do things to try to earn respect, not even realizing you're becoming less respected because you're like forcing your way on people. So I think it's like a natural thing that we got to put in check. Like, and then your second question was,
Why do they have difficulty giving respect to women?
why do men have difficulty giving respect to women? You mean like just common courtesy? Like,
Yeah, like everything.
well, it kind of goes back to my first point about men feeling like they have to like earn respect. And I think men that think that way, they think the same way about women and other men. Like, you got to earn my respect in order for me to give it to you. Like for men, it's like for a woman to earn their respect for a little bit, you got to have sex with me. And then you're something to me, you know what I'm saying? Or you have to let me in some type of way. And then you're something to me for a short period of time.
But I don't think that's real. Like, because if that was the case, then like every time a dude slept with a lady, they would marry her. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is when men respect women, and this is just a certain type of man. We're not talking about all men.
Right.
They respect women who they're trying to pursue or they're trying to get. But once he gets her, he may start disrespecting her because he has her now.
So then the respect a woman gets from a man is directly correlated to her attractiveness? That's not right.
No. It's directly correlated to what she can do for him. Like what he thinks she can do for him. And I think it's the same thing with women too.
Nah.
What?
Nah. I think women respect men out of fear.
No. I don't think most women are scared of men.
That's interesting.
No, because think about it like this. And I asked this question the other day. I'm like, I think in most relationships or even like marriages, sex is contingent upon what the man does right. Like if he's not doing things right, he doesn't get that thing from the woman. So it's like performance based in a sense. Like same thing with men. But that's why I don't think men respect. All right, I'm gonna put it like this. Men really don't respect women that they are not attracted to, most men. So if you think a girl is ugly, you're not gonna respect her as much as you would someone who you find really attractive and you wanna do things with.
That's problematic.
It's very problematic.
And I think it's crazy how men will respect other men just off the strength of him being a man, but won't respect women just off the strength of her being human. That's gay.
But hold on though.
Nah.
I don't think all men respect other men. No, think about it. If y'all on the same playing field, maybe you'll have respect for another man. But if another man is below you, you might not have more respect for him. And if a man is above you, you might, depending on your thought process, you might have respect for him or you might envy him and look for ways to disrespect him, to bring him down to your level.
Okay, so I get that. But I think even in there, say it's the man that's beneath him. He will listen to the man that's beneath him before he listens to the woman that's just as qualified as him, just because he's a man.
Now, I think he would treat them the same.
Oh.
Still with disrespect.
Right.
But I think he would treat them the same.
Okay. I can see that. It's just the male species, like, y'all just...
Yeah, we complex, but simple at the same time.
I wouldn't even say simple. I would just say complex. I think humans, no matter the gender, I think are very complex. And then when you bring in the intersectionality of race, creed, geographic location, environment, this, that, and the third, then it just messes up the image even more. Cause the I used to think men were simple until I started paying attention to y'all. And I was like, no, they be crying and whining and all this other stuff. It just comes off more brooding, you know what I'm saying? More aggressive than like when a woman whines and cries about something. But it's like, y'all are just as emotional beings as women and just as neurotic as women are, like, I think y'all just wear it differently.
Yeah, I would say that we are both equally emotional. It's just, I think women have more moments of it being intensified.
Oh, no, for sure.
That would be all.
For sure.
Yeah, we're all very emotional beings, and so.
Hold on, let me reset the camera because my thing only records in 25-minute increments.